Yo, and welcome back to another episode of the Maybe It's You podcast. I'm only Chris Allen with my homeboy, the new Texan, Zako Ryan,
Yeehaw!
world class
I'm an Austin boy
comedian,
now.
actor,
I'll tell you, man.
songwriter,
Austin is sick of
songwriter.
people moving down here, dude.
Yeah.
You know how you go to like a new place, like a new town or something, and you get to use the new person in town card.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry, I'm new. And they're like, oh yeah, like it's okay. Like, don't worry about it. If you need any recommendations, hit us up. If you need to know where the pizza stores are, let us know. You're like, oh hell yeah. In Austin, bro, you're like, hey, sorry, I just moved here. They're like,
another one.
Housing Valley's still going up.
You from California or from New York City?
I don't know if the housing value. Actually, I think the housing values are dropping here for some reason. I think because the only people moving here are fucking comedians who are broke.
Okay, like I don't want to like spin off into like home evaluations, but I've been studying this for like the last month. Um, it's the lowest mortgage application since 2009, and it's because like housing is overpriced and interest rates are high. So like a lot of people, and so there's only like a certain level of money that has the opportunity to like buy a new house.
So who's
Everyone
buying
else,
houses? Just rich people?
rich people, or you have to move for your job or something. And but
Yeah.
besides that, like who the fuck is gonna buy like a $500,000 crib at like 6-7% interest rates? And like who got that? And like employment levels are low, like layoffs are
Are
high.
interest rates about to drop though? Aren't they about to drop?
Yeah, interest rates are on drop. It's already baked into. I'm in the process of like buying audience. I'm in the process of selling my crib and buying a new one. So like I'm been in the mix of this. So interest rates are going to drop, but like as soon as it sounds like they're going to drop interest rates, they bake that into the interest rates. So whatever's going to happen in September is already baked into the interest rate currently.
Like grandfathered in? What do you mean baked in?
They anticipate that interest rates are going to drop, so they like reduce their margins enough to like capitalize on people who are like thinking about buying a house. And so they'll like take a little bit of margin, assuming that the interest rates are going to drop federally, which means their margins will get better regardless of what they offer you as a bank or a lender. So it's already baked in if you're going to like do a mortgage application right now. So essentially, what I think is going to happen is the Feds will announce the interest rates rates are going to drop by 0.25%. It's already baked in. I don't think the market's going to react. I think people are just broke. And so they'll have to do it again before the end of the year. And then that will stimulate the market. But it's like, niggas ain't got it, dog. I don't know how to say it, man.
Are so expensive. Dude, like it is insane. What's the increase of like cost of a house since like 2020? It's got to be something outrageous. Average cost of a home, U.S. home.
I don't think you can look at 2020 because 2020 everything got inflated then because we're in the midst of COVID. Interest rates were like a crazy low, and also they were printing a lot of money.
Shit. The median home sales price increased from $329,000 in the first quarter of 2020 to $479,000 in the fourth quarter of 2022. A 46% increase. Who is affording to live anymore?
Yeah, that is the problem, dude. Okay, we're not even at, and I don't even know we're doing this. What I'm into lately, but there's this like 23-year-old. I saw him on a bunch of podcasts, and he's like just does analysis on like what's going on in the world, whether it's cultural, political, or so forth. But like his podcast is called what if alt hist. So it's like what is alternative history?
What is?
What is? I'll just share it. So
what is alternative history?
Yeah, it's a terrible YouTube. It's a terrible YouTube like title for a channel,
Yeah.
but this dude breaks down everything from alternative, like, you know how you like learn like certain things in history and it's just like fabricated, or it's just like slanted based on like wherever you're receiving your information as
Yeah,
the
like
student.
slavery wasn't real.
And so he really just like reads a lot of books, a lot of and cross reference a lot of information, and then he like just goes into like what's going on in the world. And
Yeah.
so let me share his channel real quick, give him a shout out while I'm talking shit about him. So here's his here's
What if alt hist?
yeah.
Okay. Like
So
what if like history actually went like this?
no, it's just it's like what if. And so it's not, he gives like real breakdowns and he gives predictions and so forth, and then like, but like he goes through like economic trends, cultural trends, like why he thinks there will be a civil war in the United States and upcoming, and he like cross reference like historical data with like what's going on currently, and everything. And this dude is like, he gives like some real like solid like information, and it's like he's like, yeah, I could be wrong, but it's like over like the last, you know, century, these, when things reach this level. And like one of the things that he has,
The anthropology of Karens is one of his videos.
dude,
259,000 views.
dude, this dude is like killer. And so like the one thing he's like said, he's like, okay, well, like things are unsustainable. He's like, because like most people are, especially like young men, cannot afford to like live in the United States. They like your average, they're like your average like person doesn't have much to fight for. So they are not going to like go to war. They're not going to do anything because they've been like underserved in the community. Women are given advantages, but like are not like happy because like most of the men that they're supposed to mate with are like weak and like don't have a lot of opportunity. It's like all these different cross references, and it's like, and then you see this when it happened here in society. One of the things that's like a wild thing that he like points out, and it's like happening in multiple different civilizations, is that like once the age of marriage reaches like above 28 years old, like that civilization is like prone to like a war,
Really?
or not a war, or a
Like
war
that's
or
just
a civil
historically
war.
how it's been?
Yes,
I
dude, and
wonder
it's
why that
wild.
is. What do they I mean, what does that mean?
It means, okay. Think about this, um, because you have a large population of
Mhm.
like battle ready men that are like not getting laid, and they have like, and so they're not getting laid, and so you don't have nothing to like kind of like temper their that all that aggression, all that like testosterone for their like prime aggressive years.
Yeah.
And then typically when you have like the prime age of like being up to like 28, you're mostly dealing with like older men that are established, that navigated this, marrying like younger women.
So it's like
So
when you stop getting laid, when dudes stop getting pussy, the
it's
civilization
dude, dude,
crashes.
yes, dude, that's essentially what it is.
That's what it is.
Young military aged man with
Incels
like
can't run the
nothing to
country,
do.
man.
And what else are you gonna do? All you guys is aggression, and like and you
That's
can't
it.
get a job, and you can't buy a house, you can't get ahead, you can't get a job that's like paying anything like worth what the price of living. It was like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's it.
You're gonna rebel.
Damn. So where are we at? What's our average age of marriage?
It's 28.
Oh, it's our time.
It's dude. I'm literally, dude. Anyone like listening to
It's
this, watch it.
28. He drops the
Watch
hammer
this
at
dude.
the end.
Dude, he drops the hammer. Every one of these, and it's like the crazy thing is it's not just us. There's multiple like countries from like China, Russia, all these different countries are in the same situation that we're at,
Yeah.
where it's like uh, a later age of a huge population of military aged men are being unserved and don't have many opportunities to get ahead, and they're just like sitting there playing video games
Yeah.
and like on OnlyFans.
Yeah, man. You got to keep giving it up, ladies. Keep civilization strong. It's up to you.
Dude, oh, dude, okay. I don't want to get in a tangent about that, but that's what he said. He said, okay, so like once like your civilization advanced to a certain level, it's like, well, it when things are hard, like women need marriage and companionship to survive the hardship of like, and so that makes it more reasonable to like attach yourself to like a husband or a spouse because like we'll go fight the wolves also whatever. But if you don't if one civilization reaches a certain level, well, those resources can be plugged in with corporations or with government. And so like so think about it. So we have more women in colleges than we do men. Like I think it's like 60-40
Mhm.
women in colleges. And so like and then if you don't go to college, well then like you can get social security and different like um government benefits, so you don't necessarily need a companion in order to like survive.
Yeah.
So once you don't need that, then like why and like and it also is like guys aren't doing great. Most human beings are broke. So like so like why are you gonna what follow orders from this fucking jerk off who
Yeah.
doesn't it can't his cell phone isn't even paid and like you can go get I might as well go get it on my if I'm a female, I might as well just go get it on my own, like
Yeah.
or like get some like benefits and screw you. I'm not listening to you. Your cell phone's cut off.
Yeah. I don't got to deal with that shit no more. Let civilization crash. I don't know. Marriage as a whole is weird. Like the
It's
idea of it
weird.
is weird. Just getting the government involved and it helps with taxes, but it hurts with some taxes. It's just
And,
pointless.
and also it's like a huge like okay, that's the other component of it. It's like there's for men and ladies like feel free to comment if you disagree. I don't I think this is a pretty
Yeah.
sealed tight argument, but like for men, there's not a lot of benefits to getting married because like you have everything on the line, and if things go left, you lose everything. But the, like whoever you married, like what gets half your 401k because like you were an asshole. It's like I worked 15 years for that. Now all of a sudden I'm
I wish
fighting
there
you
was
in
a way
court.
to get married like just like that's it. We're just married. And then if we end this, we just end it. You know what I mean?
I mean, yes, essentially that's what it should be. That's what it's been for like a majority. Okay, so a majority of history, like marriage was like it was about it was a business relationship. So there was a dowry, like someone would be like, "Hey, my daughter just turned 14
Yeah.
and your son is 37. Like they should get married because we need more people to mend the fields." And they were like, "Okay, let's do this." And like it was more economic, it was more survival. It really didn't have anything to do with like romance or love or whatever. Like this ideal of like love and romance and like marriage and then and then government being this is all like relatively like new situation. Like
Right.
none of this is like evolutionarily like developed stuff. This is stuff that like it made sense in the time where like usually there was a one income family, and then like then if you like got married to someone and they like raise your kids and you like left, then like okay, yeah, that screw that guy, like he shouldn't do that, and because this lady has dedicated their life to it. But now we're gonna live in like you you can barely survive if you don't have like a two family income. Everyone's working, and so like some of these laws are archaic, and a lot of people, and that's why marriage rates are the lowest that they've ever been in a while because it's like everyone's like, one, no one has money, and it's like, okay, for me to jeopardize half of what of being broke, it's like, no, I'm like, like for what?
risk half and nothing.
Exactly. And it also is like women. So have you like this is a thing that's been going on the internet for a long time. This hypergamy, I think it's called hypergamy thing, is where like most men will date across, so across and down. So they'll date someone that makes just as much money as them or less.
Mm-hmm.
Women will only date and marry across and up.
Mm-hmm.
They won't date anyone that makes less money than them. They won't date anyone that makes has less opportunity than them. They will only date across and up.
Smart.
It's smart, but
Men are dumb
also
in that sense. We lose that battle.
yes, but we don't care because we like our how we structure our dating is the fact that like, are you hot? Are you nice? Are you not annoying? Yes. It's like I don't care if you're broke because I gotta pay for everything anyways.
Yeah.
Women date on security. Like if I spend time with you and things go left, can you protect me? Can you hold everything down? So like, and that is a thing that's like in women humans DNA. So they're not gonna date some guy. Not a chance in hell that like a girl would walk into a Burger King and meet a guy and be like, I want to date him. But you will walk into a 7-Eleven right now and see a gorgeous girl and be like, I'm going.
She's working at 7-Eleven. I
I'm.
want more than
There's not a
gasoline.
chance I'm pulling out. we're
Yeah.
just gonna let. We're just gonna let the Jesus handle
Yeah.
this and decide if I have to spend my life with this woman.
Yeah, women are smarter than us in that sense. They played that
Oh,
game correctly. We
oh,
failed that game.
100,
Yeah, way to go, ladies.
1000%.
Way to go, ladies. You really killed that one.
Yeah, but like so, but when things in society kind of change and men aren't doing well, well then like what are okay? There's always going to be more women in society than there are men. So like, what are those women going to do? That like, if your dating strategy is across and up,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's more women, almost 20% more women in college than there are men, and women are doing what in I think what's it like Gen X? Gen X women are outpacing men from like income and from careers and titles and everything. So there's a disproportionate amount of women that are out earning, outperforming your average male in the same age range. So they're going to be screwed. It's not like they're going to settle.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Stay single, king.
that's a whole
the way to do it.
tangent.
Just get a
Don't
bunch
think
of
about
pets.
that, you know. Yeah.
Just get pets. They'll fill the void. Speaking of pets, dude, this is the next pet I want. I figured it out. So Zeus is like 10 years old, English Mastiff. He's got about 2-3 more years left in the tank, right?
Mhm.
This is the next pet I want. You ever heard of an F1 Savannah cat?
Not before today.
Pull it up. Pull it
and,
up. This
and I
thing
don't.
is amazing. It is massive. Pull up the picture of this thing. So you've heard of like African servals? They're like fucking jaguars, dude. They're wild cats. They're essentially wild cats, servals. So an F1 Savannah cat, and there's like different tiers. That's what they call F1. There's like F1 through like F5.
Like the racing? Like the racing cat? You
No,
know,
I mean,
the
you can
F1
race
is like
them
the
if you
race.
want. I don't think that's what they're for. You can race anything if you want it.
A couple turtles out there?
The Savannah cat, dude, it is massive. F1 Savannah cats are 50% wild. So the F stands for filial. It's a filial rating.
Uh-huh.
And an F1 is a 50% wildcat. Look at the size of that cat, dude. That cat is the size of a moped. Look at that thing.
I'm not rocking with that cat, honestly.
I want that cat so bad. Look how cool it is.
Yeah,
everything.
It looks cute until it's like hungry, and now you got this angry cat looking at you fast as
I
hell.
get it as a kitten. I'd be its mom.
Yeah, but then you may have to shoot that thing.
Maybe.
But I'm willing to run the risk. You and Zeus are gonna wake up in a compromised decision, and y'all gonna have to defend yourself. You get this cat.
Me and Zeus together. I got my money on me and Zeus together.
I don't know, man. Look at that.
Me and Zeus together. I got my money on me and Zeus together. That thing is massive.
That thing is. How much do they weigh?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't want
How
that thing in my house.
big is an F1 Savannah cat? Dude, they're huge. Look at the size of the thing. 17 to 25 pounds. 24
No,
inches from
that
chest to
that
rump.
cat about 125 pounds
That
right
thing
there.
looks bigger than 25 pounds, right? But
Yeah,
a
that's
25
that's
pound
about
cat's
buck
big.
50. No, that thing can't be in my house. I'm actually, if I seen this girl walking with that cat down the street, I'm making the left.
Look
And
at
I'm
the
going down
size
the
of that
different way.
thing. The thing is beautiful. I want it. You
I
can't
bet you.
have it in Austin though. This is the craziest thing. You cannot have an F1 Savannah cat in Texas. Think about that. You
Yeah,
can't have an F1 Savannah cat in Texas because it's too dangerous.
that tells me everything I need to
Um,
know about that cat.
so I can have as many AR-15s as I'd like,
Yep.
as many bullets as I'd like, but this cat's too big. It may attack somebody. Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here.
It, dude. If Texas bans your cat, like that's a bad cat.
It's got to be a bad cat.
That's bad to be a bad
This thing's got
cat.
to be more dangerous than school shooters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable. That's my next cat though. Austin's cool though. I'm learning some crazy shit about it though. You ever heard about the Congress Bridge Austin bats?
No, what is that?
Okay, the Congress Bridge bats. They just had the Bat Festival. So apparently, and I didn't know this before moving here, the Congress Bridge, which is the bridge here, connects like South Austin to downtown Austin,
Uh,
is home to the world's largest colony of, like, America's largest colony of bats
uh,
in Austin, Texas. Dude, what? Pull up that video.
your Austin Bat video that you sent is just all that cat.
Oh yeah, I
We-
copy and pasted the wrong link, dude.
but I can search the
Do a search. So apparently, living under the bridge is North America's largest congregation of a bat colony. 1.5 million bats living under the bridge. And like this weekend and like all through the summer, all through the fall, they all just bat out of there. And everybody goes down and just stands and watches. And the video is just 1.5 million bats flying over what looks like half the residents of Austin, Texas. And they gotta be shitting all over these people. Look at this.
And it looks like
Fair
any normal
use, by the
bridge.
way, for
But from
people
mid March
striking
to
us on YouTube.
November, every single day at night, a huge swarm of bats comes swarming out from inside of it. They actually live inside of the heat expansion cracks underneath the bridge, and it's not just a small number. They estimate anywhere between 1 to 2 million bats. So that's just a huge number of bats living in this one bridge. And I think
Look at
that's
this.
pretty impressive. It's also really wild to just think this is
My
happening right in
nightmare.
downtown Austin, Texas, a large city with huge skyscrapers and then just millions and millions of bats. It's a wild sight to be seen. It really is.
Yeah, like what?
That's
Look at this shit.
that's ridiculous, dude. What's the
And then
purpose?
so everyone just went down there this weekend and just stay. They're like, "You want to come stand under the bats?" I'm like, "No,
No, what's the purpose
no."
of what purpose do bats bring? Like I know, like bees. I don't like bees, but
Disease.
they pollinate shit. Like
They eat like all the
birds.
bugs and shit. I think.
Yeah, I'm as a governor or a mayor, I'm gonna have to make a decision. Like, are these bats worth it, or should we just Uzi these bats? Should we grab a car? Like, I don't want these bats living next door to me. Like,
Yeah,
I'm getting rid of
they
these
eat
bats.
they eat the insects and they pollinate fruits and stuff with their poop.
How many we need?
Not 1.5 million
No,
on one bridge.
we need if we need about 100,000 bats in order to make sure that we maintain the ecosystem.
I
I'm
wonder why they
murdering.
picked that bridge.
I'm killing most of these bats. I'm not playing around. If I'm the mayor, I'm going with a flamethrower and I'm ending these bats.
Yeah, we don't need that many bats.
It,
We don't
what?
need that. We don't want an influx of insects. So
Yeah, that's true.
you know what I mean. We're gonna have to figure out a better bat insect ratio. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think they can can't we just get rid of both?
There's got to be a way.
I mean, if we get rid of insects and bats, then we don't need either of them to stable out the ecosystem.
There's probably something we don't know and just ends up being like.
Nah, we'll figure that out later.
Those things are keeping all the like crazy F1 cats away from eating people.
That's what it was. Hey, turns out if you get rid of bats and insects together, F1 savanna cats take over the country.
They're just showing up on your front door, eating your children.
You know that's the thing about. Oh shit! You know that's the thing about coyotes, right?
What was the thing?
Let me tell you about coyotes.
I don't even know why you started that.
Coyotes are clever, man. So coyotes, they started coming up from like Mexico, right? And they got into like Texas and shit. And Texas was like, whatever, we got enough land, like fucking
let them do what they do. Yeah.
Then they started migrating further east, ended up in like through Louisiana into like the Carolinas into North Carolina. And I think it was North Carolina, like their sheriff's departments got together and they were like, all right, coyotes are here.
Yeah.
Put an APB out, send all the citizens to go out and kill as many coyotes as you can. We'll give rewards out for the most coyotes killed. So all these hillbillies go out with their guns, dude, and they're killing all these coyotes, whacking them, right? They take them off to the sheriff's office, sheriff rewards them. They're like, hell yeah. Week goes by, twice as many coyotes. They're like, what the fuck? Go back out, shoot more. They go, shoot more, bring them back, dude. They're giving rewards and shit. A week goes by, there's like 4 times as many coyotes. Like, what the fuck is going on with these coyotes? So come to find out, at night when the coyotes are woo and shit howling out at the moon, they're doing like a population check. So it's like they do a call and a response. So they call and they wait for response. And if they don't hear as much of a response, they start getting
it's orgy. It's coyote orgy time.
It's coyote orgy time. They're about to get to fucking, right? So the coyotes get together, they start fucking, and they're breeding like crazy and just spitting them out, dude. Just spitting them out like crazy. So you can't get rid of coyotes. With coyotes, you just got to like chill, give them some bread, hope they don't come through the back door.
Yeah, that's wild. Dude, they got it. They that's a good plan for them. It's like, they're like, hey, we lose a couple, not have a funeral, not a bad thing. Guess what? After this funeral, coyote gangbang. That's how we're celebrating.
1 coyote down, 2 coyotes up, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, they're not coyotes. Coyotes got population control figured out.
Oh,
they're breeding over there they're breeding over there like Chinese people.
Yeah. Which, yeah, dude, that's wild. Shouts out to our coyote listeners.
Yeah, dude, coyotes are crazy.
Imagine working at Dunkin' Donuts and you're getting like $7 an hour, and you're just like, hey, they're gonna pay you $10 per coyote to kill.
It's actually a good business model for people in general, because the more you kill, the more there's gonna be.
Yeah,
and then your job just keeps going.
There's probably a coyote hunter billionaire. He's just like, yeah, I knew they'd start banging once I shot him. I don't care.
He's the sheriff of the town. He's the one that came up with this whole plan.
Yeah, his cousins out there. Coyote ARs.
Coyote Kurt down in North Carolina.
Oh, man.
Speaking of shooting and killing, man, one of the OGs, man, Rich Homie Quan passed away.
Dude, what? Dude, okay, this caught me off guard. Well, really, I want to say it caught me off guard, but this is getting ridiculous for like people throwing their lives away. Like, you reach a level of success, you hit your goals, and okay, so let me just give you my synopsis of this and of success and of young success in general. It's like, okay, one, you hit your goals as a professional, and maybe your career is not exactly where you want it to be, because in all avenues we can say Rich Homie Quan probably like peaked a few years ago, but like you still have a lot of opportunities, you still got a lot of good money. Like, why are you still like messing with these drugs. And why is
Yeah.
these drugs so infiltrated, like the music and hip hop, especially culture, to where like you're ODing after reaching the peak.
Yeah, it's really like it's almost like a disease. You know what I mean? It really is.
It
Like
is.
it really is. The drugs are a disease, man. And even like what I've seen is just like even like seeing people reach like certain levels of success that like I've known before the success, I've known them after their success. People don't really change, man. Not too many people. It's not the norm. It's not the norm to reach success and change. And I think that, and usually it takes something to make you change. You know what I mean? It takes like hitting rock bottom to make you
Hmm.
make a change. And a lot of times, rock bottom actually comes after the success,
Yeah.
right? Because the higher you can climb, the harder you can fall. And it's like when you reach success, but you're still doing these things. You know what I mean? You doing
Hmm.
drugs, you whatever, and then you reach success. You're almost like, I can imagine you're almost like, why would I stop? Like I got this successful while I was doing that. What's there to stop? And then you keep going, you keep going. And unfortunately, some people's rock bottom is death.
Yeah. Some people don't aren't able to bounce back
And,
from
and
that
you
rock
can't
bottom.
come back from that. But like how many times do you see like an OD or near death experience or someone or like someone's friend passes away and like these forms of or someone in your family, these forms of rock bottom, or like you lose your wife and your kids, whatever, these forms of rock bottom people experience like in their success, and they can come back, you can bounce back from it, but it usually does take it. And unfortunately with drugs, a lot of times that rock bottom is death. You know what I mean?
Oh, and here's where like I thought when I heard the news, and when I heard a couple, so like the dude Omar from The Wire, the Mac Miller, similar situation where I'm sure it was like they were getting some pills, and I'm sure that Fetty was in it and like messed them up. But here's what I think happens with success is that like you, in order to like have the drive and the like the level of, I would say, delusion that it takes in order to achieve things where everyone says it's not unachievable, that you have to be a little bit off. And then to, and you think, and people think that by achieving a certain level of success, it will fill these gaps internally that you have not dealt with as a person. Then you reach these levels of success and that hole is still there. And he's like, I've achieved everything that I thought I was going to achieve, but that battle's internal. And so,
Yeah.
like, you're like, well, I've done it all. Now I have, like, there's no need to course correct when you got money, you got girls, you got the cars, you got the house. It's like, well, what motivating factors are there in order for you to make internal changes? It's like, well, I'm gonna just like keep on, I'm gonna keep getting lit, keep chasing success, and that
Yeah.
hole is still there. And so, well, I'll do some, pop another pill, do whatever, and try and fill this hole. But like,
And that really
eventually,
bring that actually that leads perfectly into the one question we got from the audience. So I had a buddy reach out to me. I didn't ask him if it was cool if I used his name, so I won't use his name. But
oh,
he was just like, "Yo, Zago, best of luck in Austin. Hope all goes well." Question: what is your definition of success? So that'd be good. So that leads right into that, because then it's like, how many people achieve our levels of like what we consider success, but to them maybe it's not success, right? Because like to me, I know what kind of person I am.
mhm,
It's hard for me to like look at, it's hard for me to celebrate my wins. It's hard for me to like kind of pat myself on the back after I achieve something that like I set out to achieve, because my mind always goes to like what's next.
mhm,
You know what I mean? So I'm
yeah,
always looking for that next thing. And there's pros and cons behind that, and that's like a bigger discussion, but it's kind of made me reevaluate what I consider success. Where success before were these milestones, achievements that I'm hitting, or like, tangible. things, right? Where now I'm starting to realize like actually success is kind of intangible. It's more of a personal thing, right? Because I believe success starts at home before it stretches out into the public. There's actually a quote that I read. It says, a lot of times you see successful people in public and you think that they're happy in private, which isn't the case. Most people begin happy in private to achieve success in public. And it's like that makes a lot of sense because what is success to you, right? If I make $1 million tomorrow and my motivator isn't money, but the person I'm talking to, that's the only thing they consider success is how much money they have. They might be like, "Oh, this guy he made it.
Hmm.
He made it. Yep, $1 million made it." Where to me, it's like that money would just be funneled into the things that I want to still achieve. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
really, it's not success. It's a tool used to go and achieve success. I really think success is pretty simple. It's based on a few factors: doing what you enjoy, enjoying what you do, or doing what you enjoy, enjoying who you are, and enjoying how you do the things that you enjoy. So it's
Hmm.
like enjoying yourself and enjoying the process of doing the things you enjoy, which are the only things you have to do.
Yeah.
And that's to me that's success. Like I don't care how rich I've got to be as long as I can wake up every day and just do the things I enjoy doing. Nobody wants to wake up and do things they don't enjoy doing. And I don't care how much you think you enjoy your job. That is not an enjoyment anywhere near the realm of achieving some level of success, whether it be personal success or financial success, in doing a thing that you actually set out to achieve that you enjoy doing in your heart.
Yeah. I agree to a certain extent. I'm gonna throw a little bit of a corkscrew, a wrench in this theory.
Maybe it's me though, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that success is, I believe like a lot of things are illusion. I believe that like we've been sold a lot of illusions in order to keep society aspirational. I don't think there is a success. I think the only thing that a success or whatever you call success is like an internal, like, I'm at peace with this journey, because like there is unlimited battles that you're always gonna have to face. So like for instance, like let's say you get Kanye rich, billions. There's still attacks at that level. And you're talking about the government, IRS, media, paparazzi, ex-wife, baby mama. Like I doubt that like in the midst of all those battles, like Kanye is like, well, I'm successful. And it's like, okay, yeah, but you also have like 14 pending threats on you. So it's the same level of threats that you will have as a middle class person who's like, well, your threats are now the mortgage, the job, the asshole boss, the fucking bitchy ass wife, the kids that are bitching at you, although you provide them.
Yes, that's
It's
a
just
perfect
different.
excuse. So is Kanye successful in what we consider success,
There,
or is he successful in what he
I
considers
don't think
success?
there is. I don't think there is success. I think there is being
Mm.
content with the level of battles. The level, the more what we call on paper as success, is just like, it's like, no, there's new battles. There's battles at that level, and are you prepared to fight those battles? Are you content? Because and we've seen it more in the last couple of years, that you're not even at the highest level. You're not insulated from threats. I mean, they're shooting fucking Trump's ear off, and this nigga's a
Yeah.
billionaire. Like, there's no insulation from the threats. The threats are coming. This life is a battle. There is no success. So the best you can do is to insulate yourself as much as possible. And success is being like, well, I'm waking up and I'm preparing for whatever threats come. And like maybe I'd rather enjoy these threats and with a beach house in Malibu than enjoying this in freaking, Flint, Michigan, drinking their brown water. Like what
Yeah, but don't you think you can achieve success and the battles that come with what you perceived as success you've already anticipated those and were willing to accept those before they got to you, so that when you reach them you still consider it success because you anticipated that. Like, for instance, if I wanted to be famous, right? Let's say my driving factor was to be famous. I want to be well known. And I know that with being famous and well known, that comes with paparazzi, that comes with, legal threats, that comes with all this. But to me, I willingly accepted those before I achieved it. So once I achieved it and then received those, right? I still am like, yeah, bring those on. I'm successful in what I thought was success. But on the flip side, if my motivating factor was to make money, and then the way I made money by proxy also made me famous, and then I took on all of these paparazzi, all of these issues that come with fame, but all I wanted was the money, then maybe I don't consider myself successful because I have all of these issues that I never anticipated and wasn't willing to bring in.
Okay, yeah, I do think like if you can thread that needle, yes, that would be successful. But I think that what happens is it's like you reach that, and then you're like, okay, I'm free, and then all of a sudden, a couple months later, you find out that Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein got a videotape with you in a room full of 15-year-olds that you thought were 18-year-olds. Now you ain't so free no more. Now they bending you over.
They showed me their license.
Yeah, now I think that is just what so either you're like playing defense, you're playing both sides of the ball in order to insulate you from like doing that, and you think these are people your friends, but they're like
I
positioning
think there's a
you to
difference between success and having no problems, though. I think you never have no problems.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. I think it's an illusion of what's success. I think like okay, so
Like the
because I thought
illusion
of
of grandeur.
I thought about this like based on the fact that like what will be my ideal of success, and my ideal of success would be like what I want to be free, be insulated, have money, but be free enough to tell a majority of the people to just like fuck off. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, that's
that you want.
success to me, to be able to tell the majority of people to fuck off. That's actually my definition.
Yes,
That's my whole
then
definition. Just be able to
then
tell the majority of society to go fuck themselves. That's
but then,
success to me.
but then I thought about it, and then I'm like, all the people who like I thought were successful, all of them are compromised in some way or another. All of them have gotten themselves in a
Yeah.
situation where like their wealth, their accolades, their fame, not even fame, but their accolades were on threat, and their
But do you still
legacy
not think
tarnished.
that's success, though?
I mean, to a certain extent, but like I
Yeah.
think that like if they told the wrong person to fuck off because their morals said that was the right thing to do, well, they'll take a majority of that success away from
Yeah, possibly.
you, and,
Well,
or the risk of like think of like a Kanye, obviously a wacky, uh, example because he did it in a crazy way, but like he told everyone like f off, like this is what I think, I don't care. Well, like that billion went into like that billion he had turned into like a couple $100 million, and if he kept on going, who knows what's going to happen? Maybe
yeah.
that turns into in like if you're going from a billion to a couple millions, do you still feel successful?
Yeah. Success is being able to tell people exactly how you feel. Actually, I'm going to show you what success looks like. Pull up that Instagram clip I got on here.
You-
This is what success looks like. Being able to tell someone exactly what you mean, exactly how you
which one
feel
is
it.
this?
The one that says sell me under clips.
Oh, okay.
So this is a car salesman. He came up with an interesting tactic and promo and advertisement to sell his new vehicles that I found to be absolutely hilarious. All right, so the beginning is a black kid, and then after the voice changes, it is an old white man selling a car.
All right, here we go.
Black enough for you guys? Name one person who's black with enough.
You're black, cellmate.
Hey, we got a 21 Chevy Silverado. Come holler. If you know, you know. It'll be funny. If it goes over your head, I'm sorry. Do background checks. Hey, we got a 21 Chevy Silverado.
I'm not black enough for you guys. Name one person who's black.
Now hit the
Your black
comments.
cellmate. Hey.
All right, let's go. The comments were given. Oh, on that on.
All right. Well, I'll tell you. I'll show you what the comments are right here. Since we can't click that, the comments are. Wait, where's this guy at? Oh well, my link isn't working. I don't know why, but basically, that dude is he got butt naked in like a private library or something, or in like a public library or some shit like that.
Who did the black kid?
Yeah, you can't pull up those comments.
No, I'm like trying to sign on now. Hold on. So okay. There's a backstory to this, huh?
All right, yeah. So so basically in Monroe, Georgia, that black dude who at the beginning was like, "I'm not black enough for you." What do you mean I'm not black enough for you? And then the white guy goes, "Who's blacker than me?" And then the white guy goes, "Your black cellmate. I got a 21 Chevy Silverado for sale." And I was like, "Wait, what?" Because your black cellmate with no context is crazy.
Yeah, it is. All right, so
but I guess he got naked and exposed himself at a Planet Fitness. And then this dude this guy found his video, found the article that said he got naked in a Planet Fitness, and thought in his head, "I got the best sales pitch ever." Who's blacker than me? Your black cellmate. I got a 22 Chevy Silverado. That, my friend, that must be a very successful salesman at that car dealership to not fear getting fired.
He has to own that dealership in order
That's
to
his dealership. It's got to be.
Definitely his dealership.
It is got to be. Maybe it's me, but that is a great sales tactic.
Dude, I didn't know. So, like, you send that over, and I was just like, okay, this is not.
I probably shouldn't send that to my black friends with no context.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know what's going on with this.
Yeah, my bad. I should send you the comments next time.
Or just give me the back end story first. And then the thing is, like, the dude like seems like kind of like a square-ish like black dude. So I was like, what? And why would he post this video?
No, he didn't post it. That white dude posted it.
But he posted
what else
it on
we got,
TikTok.
Man? What's going on in the world? Did you hear about Kendrick Lamar performing at the Super Bowl?
I did hear about that.
And yeah, first of all, dude, oh my God, Drake cannot escape this. He really can't, because he dropped it months before HBCU season, right? And then he dropped it with the HBCU band music, like Joe Budden was talking about. So now college football is out. So now all the HBCU colleges are playing it, which if the HBCU colleges are playing it, you know the major stadiums are playing it because everyone steals from black people. We all know how that goes.
Yeah.
And then he's going to perform it at the Super Bowl. Dude,
yeah.
This is a year-long diss track.
This
is a year-long diss track, and there's no escape for Drake.
Is this a harder hit than the Meek Mill? Was that back to back?
This is a much harder hit than the Meek Mill. It's a much harder hit because the target was much bigger.
And then, the target was big, and Kendrick was the underdog.
This is why the 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Try album, when he was killing Ja Rule, was so big, because it was the new guy killing a titan.
Yeah. Yeah, it always,
like, people forget Ja Rule was a titan.
Yeah. He was, I
mean, and 50 came out of nowhere not caring about nothing. Kendrick crushed Drake with this. And it was a huge burn right out of the gate, followed by a slow burn, and then a big one with HBCU. and then a slow burn, and then another big one at the Super Bowl. Oh my God. I hope Lil Wayne shows up. It's in New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't think. Okay, so I don't know how that relationship, that Drake Wayne relationship, is because it is in New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, I'm interested to see how that dynamic would go with Kendrick there and Lil Wayne being there. Would Wayne want to go show up with Kendrick because Wayne's with Drake?
Okay, okay? Here's my thoughts, and I thought about this after all the artists started attacking Drake. Is Drake just like a piece of shit in real life,
I mean, most likely.
or is he just winning
Most
that?
likely, but like I don't know. And I think there's so much that could be in on this, right? Because what happens is, dude, there is a real element of when you lift so many people up, they also become empowered.
Yeah,
And then when they need you less all at the same time, you got to stop acting like big dog.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you can act like big dog until I become a big dog, and then you can't treat me like a big
You
dog.
can't send me to the store no more.
Yeah, you can't send me to the store no more. And then when they all get together, like, yo, is he still sending you to the fucking store?
Yeah,
And like, yeah, then they're like, we got to tell him to stop sending all of us to the store. Like, we don't do store runs no more.
and also, okay, here's the one thing that made me think about like maybe Drake's a piece of shit is the fact that like when Wayne was locked up, it's like known that like Drake smashed one of his girls,
Yeah, yeah.
and like I'm like, okay, that's a foul move, especially like
But
it's
then he got his face tattooed on him.
yeah, which is like, dude, hey,
That's weird.
how about just not begging my girls when I'm locked up? How about you
Yeah,
not
do
do
that.
that?
Yeah, and also don't get me tattooed on you either. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
please don't do either of that.
Please don't
Like,
do either of
not
those two things.
not do any of those things.
But
And
mostly the tattoo, to be honest. Like,
yeah, please don't do that.
yeah, don't do that.
I
Ever.
don't need that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that Drake's career has been damaged as much as Ja Rule's career got damaged during that process. I think that like Drake is like one song away from like still
Yeah, Drake
being,
has more redeemable
yeah,
qualities than Ja Rule, I believe.
because Ja Rule played the tough guy until
Yeah, he
the
did.
tough guy came in the room.
Right. Drake has that escape where he's like, "Well, I never claimed to be the tough guy."
Yeah, and then Ja Rule was that tough guy on the bus, and then 50 Cent was that bus driver just banging his
Should have
head
got off
because
the
yeah,
exit,
he should
bro.
get off the exit. He should have made peace.
Maybe it's me, but Ja Rule should have apologized to 50.
Yeah, he should have. He should just made. He should just like took his L and
Maybe
been
it's
like,
me.
"Hey, let's do a song together."
Well, it's 8 o'clock, brother. What else we got? We got anything in store, man?
All right, here we go. This is like
All right, just
a
unclipped
wild
it.
a wild story. I came across my um social media earlier today, and this is sad. This is sad, and this is like wild all at the same time. So let me just read the headline. So Nigerian scammer sentenced to prison for a sextortion scheme that led to a Michigan teenager, Jordan. I'm not gonna give his whole name, but y'all can see it, taking his own life. The landmark decision became the first in history that Nigerian sextortion scammers have been extradited to the U.S. and sentenced. Brothers Samuel and Samson, can't pronounce their Nigerian name, from Nigeria will spend 17 and a half years in prison for their roles in this scheme that victimized 100 people. Sextortion is when scammers pretend to be someone they aren't, tricking people, many times minors, to send images of themselves. In this young sir's case, he was tricked by scammers who threatened to make his pictures go viral if he didn't pay them. Uh, this young man was messaged by the scammers who hacked the female's account. The messages went on for hours after the guy realized he was scammed. He sent them money, but they demanded he send more. He didn't have any more. He told the scammers he was going to kill himself. Good, they wrote. Do it fast, or I'll make, or I'll make. I'm laughing because it's ridiculous, not because I'm insensitive. Uh, but they told him do it fast, or I'll make you do it. I swear to God. The video below was from the young man's photo. So pretty much, what they do is they pretend to like be like a hot girl that they have that uh has a crush on the individuals, and then they make them send like you know. All right, so finally they said to the young gentleman that when he threatened to kill himself, they wrote good. They wrote, do it fast or we'll make you do it. I swear to God. So pretty much this whole scam is that they pretend to be like, if you're a young guy, they pretend to be like attractive female around your age, and then they get you to send compromising photos and so forth, and then they say, okay, well, if you don't pay us, we're going to send this to all your friends and family. And then so they're like, okay, well, I'm going to just pay this because I want my messages and all my business up out there. And they just keep on milking them until, like in this case, like this guy just offs himself because he doesn't feel like he can do anything besides be embarrassed. And like I can like here's the, and so this is the first time where they've like the justice has like searched these people down and like like brought them to the United States and convicted them. Usually, like in this situation, this is a different jurisdiction. They're like, okay, well, like what are we gonna do? Go to Nigeria? But like this is the first time, and so like I look at this from two angles. One, like these guys, 17 and a half years, they deserve every freaking minute, every second of that sentence. Um, Good on Departments of Justice or whatever jurisdiction like convicted these people. To my to my young sir or anyone in this situation, hey, one, like this is why like I never sent out pictures of my stuff to anyone. Like you gotta protect that unless like you with someone that like it's not gonna get out there. Once you start sending your business out there via text or messenger, like
Oh, you victim shaming.
no, what I'm saying is that you have to like once you send it out, once you commit to sending something to someone, you have to know that like there is a possibility, there's a percentage that this is gonna get out. So send it out with the caveat that like, hey, if this gets out, I just gotta deal with the smoke.
Everyone's
Hey,
got nudes out there these days.
dude, dude, Joe Rogan said Joe Rogan said the funniest thing I ever heard about. He's like, yeah, though, this I'm sure everyone can like tap into my cameras and so forth. And it's like, hey, they want to see a 50-year-old man jerking off. Go ahead and do it. So you got like young folks, and I know that everything seems serious, but it will pass. And you have two choices when something like this happens. Either you can go into panic mode, or you can lean into it and say, "Hey, if they want to see they want they want to see this noodle, they have at it, dog." Like I
I
was
like
like,
money more than I like privacy. You can put my shit out there all you want. You're not
dude,
getting my
what?
funds.
Dude, you can't like that. And so like once you make a decision, you have to like commit to the fact that like, look, like I made this decision. Hey, I gotta roll with it. If they want, you can't throw it. You say, hey, Chris, we're gonna send your D pick out there, and or you're gonna send us money. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be like, hey, let that thing ride. I'm
Let
like,
it
I'm
ride.
okay. Yeah,
Put it
look,
out
like,
there.
and guess
Damn,
what?
that sucks that he committed suicide. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, yeah, it does suck, and I can understand it.
I'm glad they got jail time though.
Yeah, I am too. They
17 and
deserve.
a half years. That's what you get being a prick.
I know for some money they're trying to like
For some money.
a low life
Dumbass.
scam like that. But for the lesson here for the young people, if you find yourself in a compromising situation like this, it will pass. Like, be embarrassed
Yeah.
for a second. That embarrassment may be the greatest thing that happens. It frees you from all these like fake boxes where you have to live up
Yeah.
to. It will pass. Just
Let it
like,
out there. Nothing's worth taking your life over. Not some Nigerian scammer with your little dick
yeah,
on his phone.
dude, bluff them. Be like, hey, send that joint. I thought I was on.
Send it.
I'm
Send it out there.
17.
I'll send you a better one.
Yeah, exactly.
Post this
Yeah.
one.
The things I did at 17 to try to get laid, like, hey, I knew what I was doing. It's embarrassing. And but guess what? Send it out there.
Send it.
I was shooting from Curry
I've
range,
been
and
waiting for you.
I was shooting out in Curry on Steph Curry range. I knew I didn't have that shot, but
I knew I had Andre Drummond's jumper.
yeah, I knew I had Dennis Rodman's range, but I was
Ben
out
Wallace
there.
with the three.
I was out there launching them. Hey, sometimes you learn. You learn that like, hey, I got to develop this game a little bit. I can't just be doing anything.
Yeah.
But
Maybe it's me,
maybe it's me. But sad news.
What else we got? Anything? I'm about dried up, man.
I am too. It's been a long night. It's my first day back into the industrial employment industry, and
How was your fraternity leave?
it was it was good, but it was like,
You think you deserved it?
no. No.
Dude, when I first heard about them giving us fraternity leave, I was like, the boat doesn't need to tear back that far.
It doesn't. I did not deserve it. I could have still been productive, but they're gonna give it. I'm gonna take it.
I feel that.
But do I deserve, like, the way I looked at it is like, if I cannot escape this industrial employment complex, well, this is like the most time I'm ever, because I'm not gonna have another kid unless like, what's that girl that like curved that streamer Kai Cenat? What's her name?
I have no idea.
Oh, that what we were friends still, girl.
Tyler.
Tyler. Unless Tyler shows up on my doorstep, like, I'm not having another kid. So this is like, there's potentially, this could be like the last major break I have from working until I retire.
I'll just say this. Maybe it's me, but men don't deserve fraternity leave. Chances are we didn't even want to have the baby.
It ain't just you, but hey, maybe it's me, but I'm taking any time they give me.
Yeah. I don't blame you. All right.
Well, this was a thing. Not on a regularly scheduled program. NFL is back. We're recording on Sunday as your favorite team loses, and we'll be back. Maybe not this Monday, but next Monday, and the Monday after that, and we'll drop it on Wednesday or Thursday or whenever it gets to it. But we'll be here, plugging away.
It'll be there
giving us
at some point, somewhere.
opinions.
Listen to us somewhere at some point.
Yeah, just stay tuned.
Peace.
Peace.